Dear students and working accountants, welcome to my Smart Tally Prime YouTube channel. My name is Babu Rao from Hyderabad. Today, in this video, we are going to discuss about the single entry mode, not system, single entry mode. So there was another, in the previous videos, we discussed about, in the last, when we are discussing about the vouchers, payment, receipt payment and contra vouchers. We discussed about the double entry mode and we recorded the transactions also under double entry mode. Now we are going to learn about the single entry mode. So first of all, I'll tell you about that. So when you are recording the, when you are discussing the manual accounting in the beginning, we discussed about the double entry system. Double entry system is different from this. The double entry system, in every transaction, there will be two aspects. Two benefits are two aspects. One is giving aspect, receiving aspect. Another one is giving aspect. So we record these two aspects are called two accounts. One account is to be debited and another account is to be credited. For that, types of account, golden rules of accounting, all this we followed and we recorded the transactions. So in the form of debit and credit. It is called double entry system. It is the best and the scientifically proven system. Double entry system of accounting. Accounting double entry system. Okay. In the double entry system, the double entry system we recorded, and by following the double entry system in the accounting vouchers, first three accounting vouchers, receipt voucher, payment voucher, and contra voucher, we recorded in the double entry mode. So this double entry system means we record both accounts, debit one account and credit one account, but for both the accounts, the amount will be equal. Debit and credit will be equal. That is, one account is debited with 1,000, the another account is credited with same 1,000 rupees, isn't it? So that's following that system. In that system, that is under that double entry system of bookkeeping, there are two modes. They are called modes: double entry mode and single entry mode. But in both the cases, we record both the transaction. In both the accounts, we record. But there are two systems. That means the double entry mode we record in. That is only the difference is in the method of recording. But in both the cases, we record both the accounts. But in the method of recording will be different. In the case of double entry mode, we record in the name of, we record with the help of debit and credit. With the help of debit and credit, we record both the accounts. But in the case of single entry mode, we record both the accounts, but we never show debit and credit. And also in the double entry mode, one account is debited, immediately one account is created side by side. But in that single entry mode, one account is entered at one place and another account is entered in the another place. I will show you example. First, we share the screen in this. See here. See what is single entry mode and how to record transactions under single entry mode. Double entry mode is already discussed, and also entries recorded in earlier videos. That is voucher, receipt voucher, payment voucher, and contra voucher we recorded. And single entry mode can be used only receipt voucher, in receipt voucher, payment voucher, and contra voucher. When you are going to record this under the single entry mode or double entry mode, we followed the three, and another one is there. Our last one, journal voucher also. In that also, we followed the double entry mode. We followed the double entry mode. But in the case of the last journal, it is nothing but it is same as the journal which we learned in the beginning. In the beginning, in the fundamental stage, we learned about the journal. The same journal here it is called journal voucher. So in that case, only double entry mode with the help of debit and credit is available for that. So there is no other mode for that. So only double entry mode is used in journal voucher. So leave that off. Both the other vouchers, then sales and purchase, that is different item invoice we follow. And in this receipt voucher, payment voucher, and contra voucher, we recorded the transaction under double entry mode. One is to be debited, one is to be credited. In the receipts voucher, from where we are receiving, from whom we are receiving, or from where, why you are receiving, that will be entered first. It is credit. It will be entered first. Then how you are receiving, cash or check, that will record. In the case of payment voucher, to whom we are paying or why you are paying, that will be recorded first. And then how you are paying, cash or check. And in the contra voucher, it is only cash and bank, cash to bank, bank to cash, bank to bank, cash to petty cash. Only cash and bank, only these two will involve in the contra voucher. So in all these cases, we entered in the double entry mode. Entered in the double entry mode. That means showing the debit and credit. So we will take up an example. On 1st May 22, paid cash to Ramana 1000. So in this case, under the double entry mode, how you will record? See, so in this case, the two accounts are cash and Ramana. So we are paying to Ramana means Ramana is receiver. Ramana's account is to be debited and cash account is to be credited. Suppose this is payment means we record in the payment voucher. In the payment voucher, I said you, first we have to enter whom you are paying. We are paying to Ramana. That is to be entered. And then what you are paying, cash, that is to be entered. So now we will go to the tally. So here, immediately when you enter the tally, we will go to the select company page displaying all the companies. If you make the setting to load only the default one company to load, in that case, directly it will load to the gateway of tally. In this case, you have to select one company. So we'll select one company. If we select that company, this will directly, it will load into the gateway of tally. It will load into the gateway of tally. Okay. But we are not doing that. If you, that setting I told you, showed you already in F1 help as well as in the file location. They both the cases anywhere. If you make the setting, then directly this will load. That is default loading. But it is better always to go to select company page, select a company which we want to work, then go to the gateway of tally. From the gateway of tally, we went into this. Now what we have to do? We have to make the entry. That is, we have to create the voucher. For that, the letter is V or click vouchers or click V. Okay, in this case. And then after this, we will select the voucher. So what is happening here? Paid to Ramana. That means it is payment voucher. For example, it is in some other mode. So now we will select the, this is, we select the payment voucher F5. So we selected F5. F5 we selected payment voucher. So date we have to select 1st May 22. After selecting the voucher, then we have to select the date 1st May. In this case, the cursor is always will be on the date place, date field. So there itself we can say 1st May, 1 May, we can type the date, or we can do, instead of that, we can go to F2 and we can get 1522. That is also 1522. Okay, like this, we have to put the date and then we have to record the transaction. What we have to record the transaction? We are entering in the double entry mode. We have to enter double entry mode. By default, it will be double entry only. So in the double entry mode, we have to enter. What we have to do here? Paid to Ramana means Ramana account is to be debited, or you can see here, it is to be debited, it is to be credited. That is in the double entry system. But here you see, when you are making payment, what I said, when you are making payment, to whom you are paying, that is to be entered first. It is debit, it will exactly, it will take the same thing. When you are giving to someone, he is the receiver, his account is to be debited. So we need to bother about debit or credit to show. We have to take Ramana is the person to whom we are paying. So we have to see all the accounts are there. Ramana account is there. Sir, 1 minute. It is some spelling is there. That A, we will take a small letter. So Ramana taking Ramana account is taken. How much you paid? 1000 rupees. 1000 rupees we paid. And then going to next one is, it is automatic debit, next credit. Credit is to be given as cash. So cash account is to be here. Cash account is to be selected. It is double entry mode. That is why it will show on the debit side, it will show all the accounts. On the credit side, it will show all the accounts. We have to record them. We have to select the respective correct account. So cash account will collect. You will write, just you can write that what you call narration being cash paid to, name is not necessary. Simply we will write Ramana. Okay. So like this, we enter in the double entry system and double entry mode in the payment voucher. The receipt voucher also we enter like that. In the receipt, in the case of receipt voucher, we have to enter first to whom, from whom we are receiving. That will be credited. That is to show credit. For example, you take receipt, it will show credit. But what we have to record? Receipt means from where we are receiving or why you are receiving. That will be credited. The person or the income. So it is credit. So it will show correctly. We have to think it like this. From where we are receiving, like that. Okay. Now we will take this one. The payment voucher. Vouchers. Payment voucher. So we entered now. So we'll take backspace, page up. Page up, we'll go to the previous one. So in this case, we recorded in the double entry mode. So we will check up it also. Go to change mode or control H. Just click it, you can see it is in double entry mode. If you select the single entry mode, automatically it will be converted into single entry mode. In the case of single entry mode, after in the case of, I'll tell you, in the case of double entry mode, see in the particulars column under debit credit, after the particulars column in the particulars table, so debit account, credit account, that is both the accounts will be entered after the particulars. But under the single entry method, after the particulars, only one account is shown. Only one account is shown. Another account is shown before the particulars on the top portion. On the top, at the place given as account. There one account is entered. Only one account is entered here. That is why this is called as single entry mode. Not single entry system. Single entry mode, because one entry is made in the particulars column, another entry is made separately. In the case of double entry, both are shown side by side. One is debit, one is credit. First credit, next debit, or first debit, next credit. Like that, they are shown one after one. But here they are shown differently. That is why this is called single entry method. Okay. So now we will exit this. So understand now how to do. We record under the single entry system. We enter one account on the top in the account column. In the account field, we enter one account. After that, we come to down to the particulars. There we will record another account. So this is the single entry method. This is very simple compared to that, because in this case, and one more thing is, in the case of single entry system, single entry method, in single entry mode, we never show any debit or credit. In the case of double entry mode, we show debit and credit. But in the case of, so I will show you. See here, see, in the we change it to single entry system, this method, single entry mode. So there is no debit and credit. But in the case of double entry mode, so debit, credit. Double entry mode, there is debit and credit. But in the case of single entry mode, there is no double entry, debit and credit. But we record both the accounts in the double entry mode or single entry mode. We record both the entries, but the method of recording is different. That's why there are two modes. So this is single entry mode and this is double entry mode. Understand? Okay. Now we'll go out. Now we'll take up some problem. We'll take up some problem. See here. Under the single entry mode, first you will take up. What to do? First you take the date. What you take? The date. Paid cash to Vikash 5,000 rupees towards office rent for May 22. For the month of May 22, we paid 5,000 rupees for the rent to Vikash. So here we are paying to rent to the person. That means our main idea accounts are cash and rent. The person is immaterial because we are paying, why? We are paying rent. So he is not at all necessary for us. We don't record his name. Okay. So we leave because cash and rent only we have to take up. Now how to record? You see here, we are paying rent to him. That means which voucher we have to record? Payment voucher or receipt voucher or contra voucher. We have to record in the payment voucher. So now we will go to payment voucher. We will go to payment voucher. So it is something. So we have to, first of all, we have to select the voucher type. So F5 payment we have to select. We selected payment, then we have to go for date 2nd June. Then you can type there, or you can go F2 2nd June. That's all. So after the date, so it will come down to this one. Here, after this, now we acquire which mode we are recording, double entry mode or single entry mode. So now we are recording this under single entry mode. So we have to go to Control H or change mode. We have to select single entry mode. You have to select single entry mode and then come here. Here, what is done here? We are paid 5,000 rupees towards rent. So in this case, we don't know which is to be, in the case of double entry mode, we have to know which is to be debited and which is to be credited. Or we can think another way. We are receiving, from whom we are receiving, to whom we are paying, all this. Here is nothing is there. In the case of account, we have to enter here. We don't know debit or credit. Simply accounts to be selected will be shown here. See here, simply here, you press space bar. You press space bar. If you press space bar, it will show the ledger accounts, which can be entered here only. No other account. So banks accounts, cash account is showing. So what you did here, how you paid? We paid cash to Vikas. So we have to select cash. That's all. Debit or credit, don't bother. Actually, it is payment means cash is credit. But we are not bothered about debit and credit. We are not showing. And then why you paid? You paid towards rent. So rent account is to be entered in the particulars column. Rent account 5,000 rupees. That's all. So being rent for May 22 paid. That's all. Rent for May 22 paid. That's all. Okay, like this. And then next one will go. Next one is 2nd July. Paid salary for June in cash to employee Krishna Rao 5,000. Here also salary we paid expense, salary, and we paid cash. Salary and cash we had to take. Krishna Rao is immaterial. So here also payment we are making. So it is also under payment voucher we had to do. The payment voucher date is 2nd July. So here, there you can type or you can take 2/7. You can select. Now come down here. Here we are paying to Krishna Rao. Yeah. So payment means in the account column which you have, what you have to enter. So just press space bar. Again, it is showing this. So out of this, paying by check means if you have to select bank. Paying cash means you have to select cash. So cash you have to select. Then why are you paying? Paying towards the salary. So salaries account. Salaries account 5,000. Being salary paid for June 22. That's all. Okay. So this is over. So 2 payments we made. And next second one is received HDFC Bank check number so and so date for 5,000 rupees towards commission and deposited this check in Bank of Maharashtra. When you receive check, that will be deposited in our bank. When you issue check from our bank account, any bank, if you have 2 or more accounts, so from any bank we can issue a check from the bank. From our bank, we will issue a check. If you receive a check, we will deposit in any bank. We will deposit in the bank. Here you received check towards commission means we are receiving. Then which voucher you have to select? You have to select receipt voucher. Select F6 or receipt. Receipt voucher and then select the date 28. So there itself you can type 28. We have to generate. Now here we are receiving. So here again you press space bar. Here all the accounts are there. What you are receiving? Are you receiving cash or check? Receiving check. So we are receiving check, and when you receive the check, we will deposit in our bank. So directly, if you receive cash, you will take cash. If you receive check, so it will be deposited in our bank. So our bank name you have to write here. Which bank you are depositing? We deposit in Bank of Maharashtra. So we have to deposit in Bank of Maharashtra means we have to select that. So from Bank of Maharashtra, and here received towards commission. So it is income. So why you received commission? Received. Always in some cases, some expenses, So it will be expense as well as income. So it is better to enter separately. Commission received, commission paid. I mean, discount allowed, discount received. So any other expenses like that. Both incomes and expenses should be entered separate in separate accounts, because we are entering the profit and loss account. On the debit side, profit expenses, on the credit side, incomes you have to enter. So separately. That's why if you maintain separate accounts, it will be easier. Okay, how much received? 5,000. Okay, here when you enter like this, in this entry, if there is bank account, it will ask you the bank details, whether received or paid. It will ask you the bank details. It is called bank allocation. So here now it is asking bank allocation for Bank of Maharashtra, bank allocation for Bank of Maharashtra, and when they entering the bank name, it will show you here cash or check. It will ask you check and check number. In the case of cash, it will ask you denomination of cash. Okay, see here, check we are selected, or you can select here. If you on the right side, you can see the modes. More, if you click more, lot of modes are there. So whichever we did, we have to select. Here we have received check. That is why you have to collect check only, check or DD. Then instrument number means check number 21, 21, 21. Date is 2nd August, 2nd August. And after that, we receive check from others. So from which bank we received here, we have to enter the bank name of the check. So from the receiver, which bank account check we received. When we are receiving, we will receive our bank. So our bank account, again, we need not enter. But when we are receiving, our bank account we are entering, their bank account also we have to enter. That is the check received on that bank. So here, HDFC Bank. So here, there is no details. So on the right side, details are not given. So here, if you click, space bar, so it will show the bank list actually. In the, education version, it will not show any list. In the case of license version, it will show all the bank list. Here, we have to specify the name here. So select that, specify bank name. Then you have to type HDFC Bank. You have to select HDFC Bank. So then here it is being commission received by check. That's all. Okay, right. Like this we did. Okay, then so one receipt payment voucher we did, receipt voucher we made under single entry method. Next we will take up contra voucher. So on 31st August, we deposited 5,000 rupees into State Bank of India. Deposited means what we deposited? We deposit means we will deposit cash. Withdraw means we will withdraw cash, but we have to give check and withdraw cash. Directly when we are going check, depositing our money. Similarly, when we cannot go to the bank, we cannot take the money from the bank and come. We have to give the check and we have to withdraw money. So for withdrawal, there will be check number. For deposit, only cash. So here we are depositing. So we are depositing cash to bank. So cash to bank, bank to cash, all these come under contra vouchers. So here we have to select contra voucher. Contra voucher is F4. You have to select F4. Voucher we selected. Then you have to select the date. 2nd August. 2nd August. Take it. And here, now we are depositing into the bank. So what you have to select here, see here. If you click space bar, it will show bank and cash. Okay, we are depositing. We are depositing in sense, when you are depositing means we cash only we deposit. Okay, when you are receiving, that we receive from the bank. So when you are depositing, we have to select cash here. When you are receiving, withdrawing from bank, we have to enter the bank name. Here we have to select cash. Okay, cash we deposited. How much? 5,000. Into where we deposited? Into state. Here is the check is deposited into Bank of Maharashtra. Here check State Bank. This check cash is deposited into State Bank of India. So we have to select State Bank of India. So State Bank of India amount is all 5,000 only. 5,000 rupees. And then here we deposited sorry. No. See here, when you are depositing, we are depositing into, first one is it deposit? Yes. For withdrawal only, you have to write cash. For deposit, we have to select the bank account. So State Bank of India, here we are depositing cash. See, for depositing, we have to select State Bank of India in there. For withdrawal, we are getting cash. So cash distributed. Actually, this is actually debit will be taken here. This is account. We're not showing debit, but debit only you have to take. Withdrawing means we get cash. Cash account is you enter here. When you are paying it to the bank means bank will receive the money. So bank account will be debited. So here. And cash you are taking. Here you see, when you are depositing in cash into bank, it will ask you not check number, it will ask you denomination. So here it will ask you, see here cash. See transaction type class. Bank allocation for State Bank of India, then cash account, the transaction type, previously it is given as check, here it is cash account, and then it will not ask you, see it's not asking, see here, the next check number, bank name it is asking, it is going directly to the bank, I mean the denomination for 5,000, for example, 500 into 10, we deposited 5,000, is over. And then bank name, all check, no check instrument number, no bank and everything we omit. Just being cash deposited in SBI, State Bank of India. Okay, so this is deposit. When you are depositing, what you have to do? Bank name we have to enter. Into that bank we paid cash. So it will ask you only cash denomination. And then last one is 19. 19. Here what we did, this is also withdrawn from bank, means it is also to be entered in the contra voucher only. In the contra voucher, that is date is 1st September. Then we will come here, withdrawn cash from bank, withdrawing cash. So here if you enter, it will show the same thing. When you are depositing, we have to take the bank name. When you are withdrawing, we have to take the cash. Okay, cash we are entering, we are withdrawing, that means receiving cash. And then where are you receiving from? Bank of Maharashtra. Bank of Maharashtra. How much you are receiving? 2,000 rupees. So in this case, when you are depositing, we will deposit cash. That's why it is asking denomination of cash. Only cash denomination. When you are withdrawing from bank, then we have to give check and take the money. That is why here it will ask you the check. Here in our bank only we are withdrawing money. Our bank check only we will give and we will take the money. Okay, that is why here it is asking mode, transaction type, check, then instrument number. What is the number here? 2525252525. Okay, number. And next one, it is not asking. See, next column, it is not asking. After that, it is not asking the bank name because we are giving check, I mean, into the bank. Our own check we are giving from our bank. That is why if there are other bank, the bank name we will write. Here our name only we have to enter. So there is no reason. Needs a reason to enter again our name. Already name is given here. Bank allocation for Bank of Maharashtra. Again we have not enter the Bank of Maharashtra. That check we will give and we will take the money. This is over. Okay. So being cash withdrawn from bank. That's all. Like that. So remember this. These are all okay. Payment received. In the contra, we must be careful. Okay. When you are depositing into bank, so on the account column, you have to take the name of the bank, and then after the particulars, you have to take cash. And it will depositing, it will ask you only denomination of cash. When you are withdrawing from bank, so we start with bank, I mean cash from in the account column. First we enter cash. And then after the particulars, we enter our bank name. That is which bank you are trying money. Bank name, and you will get check date, everything. But it will ask you date of the check and check number. We have to enter the check number. Then it will not ask the bank name. So then we will save that entry. Okay. So depositing, it will ask you the cash denomination. Withdrawal, it will ask you check date. Because with check only we can deduct. Okay. So with this, let's close it. So with this, our not to call single entry mode. The single entry mode will be very easy for us. In the when you are recording the transactions, you will find the single entry will be mode. Double entry, you have to think of which one is debited, which one is to be created, or simply you can receive means from where we received, we can record, but we will get confused. But in this case, very simple. Okay. And then with this, we will close this session. And please, I'm asking you many times, but you are not subscribing to the channel because Unless you subscribe, I don't know how many people are watching the videos. You please subscribe the channel and then select the icon, bell icon, then select all. You will get the notification for all the videos. Then share with all your friends. And then the videos, you view or watch the video till the end. Don't skip the videos. And after that, you just like the video. You press the thumb. So you like the video, and must you have to post comment. So unless you post comment, I don't know what is the problem. You have any problem, facing any problem, that you have to enter the comment. If you enter the comment, I can understand how is the video. Okay, so please post the comment also. With this, we'll stop this, and you learn these videos one by one in the same order in which I am uploading. If you learn like that, you will get expert knowledge. And then I want all of you to be expert accountants with expert knowledge, not simply data entry operator. Okay. So wish you all the best and thank you. Good night. Bye.